This is the central visual paradox of the Panchatantra, a frail scavenger sitting on a throne while massive, lethal tigers bow in deference. The Panchatantra is an ancient Indian manual for political strategy and survival. Written over 2,000 years ago, it serves as a cold-blooded guide for statecraft, using animal fables to dissect the mechanics of power. The story begins with a jackal named Chandarava. Starving and desperate for food, he wanders into a human village, only to be chased into a corner by a pack of aggressive street dogs. To escape their teeth, he leaps into a washerman's vat filled with blue dye. He emerges dripping wet, with his entire body stained a brilliant neon blue, his physical identity completely obscured. This accidental disguise saves his life. The village dogs hesitate, and he realizes that a predator's first instinct when faced with the unclassifiable is often to pause. The village dogs look at the blue creature and fail to recognize it as a jackal. Their aggression turns into panic, and they flee in all directions. Chandarava retreats to the jungle, where the wild animals, from small prey to the most powerful lions, react with the same terror. They see an unknown variable and assume it is a deadly threat. This breaks down instinctual threat assessment. A known predator is a calculable risk. An unrecognizable shape registers as an incalculable threat. Watching the strongest animals flee, Chandarava realizes his physical vulnerability has vanished, replaced by the protection of an unknown identity. Power in this moment is not generated by physical strength. It is the result of a total disruption of expected norms. The jackal stops running and calls the terrified animals back to him. He takes the initiative to turn their confusion into a formal hierarchy. He tells them that Brahma, the creator god, sculpted him with his own hands to protect the jungle. He claims he has been crowned king of all three worlds, heaven, earth, and hell. This lie provides the animals with a divine explanation for his appearance. By framing his blue fur as a mandate from a creator, he makes his authority unchallengeable. This represents the myth of legitimacy. Every new authoritarian structure requires a foundational fiction that justifies the hierarchy and demands compliance. The jungle's apex predators voluntarily surrender their dominance. They submit to a scavenger because they have accepted this new narrative framework. Physical strength is easily conquered by a carefully constructed fiction, provided that fiction addresses a collective fear. A new operational reality begins. Lions and tigers hunt for prey and place it at the jackal's feet, acting as his servants and protectors. However, the regime faces one existential threat: anyone who has prior authentic knowledge of the jackal's true identity and his actual weaknesses. To protect the illusion, the jackal issues a decree. He orders all other jackals to be hunted down and banished from his territory. This creates absolute isolation. The ruler now relies exclusively on the loyalty of powerful strangers who have been deceived. He has achieved absolute authority, but he has done so by erasing his own heritage and kin. Securing a false identity requires the destruction of your authentic community, leaving you without true allies when the deception is challenged. Time passes smoothly. The jungle is peaceful, and the Blue King's reign remains undisturbed and highly structured. One evening at dusk, the environment changes. A distant pack of wandering jackals begins to howl. The king hears the sound and is overcome by an instinctual urge. His strategic discipline fails, as his physiology responds to the call of his own kind. He sits up and releases a piercing, unmistakable jackal howl. Political engineering and myth-making cannot permanently override an organism's biological nature. As the howl ends, the divine aura vanishes. The lions and tigers realize they have been conned, and their reverence turns into humiliation. Their shame becomes violent rage. They see that they have been subjugating themselves to their own natural prey. The jackal tries to flee, looking for a pack to defend him, but there is no one there. Because he banished his own kind to protect his pride, he faces the apex predators entirely alone. Power built on scorning your community and abandoning your true identity is a trap. When the mask inevitably slips, there is no one left to save you.